Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. How long have you been waiting? Never mind that. Come, sit. Would you like anything to eat or drink while we're at it? Ah, oh well. If you don't mind me asking, what's your favorite book? The Great Gatsby. A true inspiring story. One of my favorites as well. While we're at it, Butler, would you mind getting us 2 copies of The Great Gatsby, please? Thank you. Thank you for your hard work. You can take a break now. Yes, I know they're pretty, but can you go on now, please? Go on now, you're embarrassing me. Excuse me. Now that's out of the way, shall we begin?
New York, what can I say? Everything you want is literally here. Jobs, fame, opportunities, and what does that all lead us to? Money! Who can say no to that? Also, in New York, there are plenty of motivation in here. For example, cars, homes, and heck, maybe even women. See someone driving a nice red Model T? Work for it. See someone watering their garden and at the back of them is a nice white mansion? Work for it. Lastly, seeing your beautiful girl wearing a 6-carat diamond around her ring finger. Well, you know what I gotta say. Work for it. Does it all seem overwhelming? Am I going way too fast? Am I thinking way too big? No worries. In New York, we got a hidden bar. Down the street, under that barbershop. Come with me while we drown in endless beer. Who can say no to that? Don't worry, they won't catch us. I guess you can say once you step in New York, you're basically living the American dream.
Chapter 1 is filled with the background of the story and new appearances. We met our main character, Nick Carraway, and the first thing he does is pass along some of his father's advice. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, just remember that all people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had, which means don't judge anyone. We also find out that he doesn't like his new town that he lived in, which is West Egg. He mentions that West Egg isn't as fancy as East Egg. Now, Nick Carraway lives in a little comfortable house, and next to him is a huge mansion. Wait, who lives in that mansion? Who knows? I'm just kidding. We all know it's Jake Gatsby, but he won't come in until later of the book. Later on, Nick was invited to his cousin, Daisy's house. Once Nick got there, we see or hear about new appearances, which is Tom Buchanan and Jordan Baker.
Hello.
Tom Buchanan is Daisy's husband, but Tom isn't really loyal to her. Tom is cheating on Daisy. But the strange part is, Daisy knows, and yet she sticks with him. How come? The money. We'll talk about him more later, but let's go to Jordan Baker.
Mr. Gatsby.
Jordan Baker is Daisy's sassy friend, and believe it or not, she is also cheating on her husband. She doesn't have a husband. Come on, Patrick, get it together. Oh, really? Yes. Oh well, erase that then. Where was I? Oh yes. Well, Tom Buchanan is apparently cheating on someone. When they were having dinner, Tom gets a phone call. Tom answers, and Daisy gets mad. Just relationships that ain't loyal type of things, you feel? Daisy then comes back to the table and admits she knows to Nick and Jordan. They can't really do anything, so Daisy changes the topic about how Jordan and Nick should get together. After the dinner, Nick goes back home and sees a man. A man staring at the green light ahead of him. But who is this guy? Who knows?
It's Gatsby.
Oh man, oh man. What? Foreshadowing, I think so.
Oh, Gatsby, Gatsby, Gatsby. In the previous chapter, chapter 4, he tells Nick to hook him up with Daisy with no hesitation. He just asked him, and he wasn't worried what will happen. Look at him now. He is freaking out, cutting Nick's grass and hesitating if he should do it the next day. We get it, Gatsby, you're nervous. Hours later, it started raining, and Daisy gets dropped off at the same exact time. Gatsby didn't know what to do. Oh man, it's right. So what did he do? He went outside in the rain while he waits for Daisy to get in. Couple of minutes in the rain, Gatsby knocks on the door, pretending he wasn't already in Nick's house.
What are you doing?
He is drenched in water. His suit and tie is all wet and his hair is all messed up. Once he gets inside, he sees Daisy sitting down. Gatsby is love struck by the same person. Two lovers meet once again. They both lock their eyes to each other. Awkwardness fills the room. It is quiet. Well, not really. You can hear the rain, but you know what I mean. Nick goes outside to do some grocery shopping so he can leave the two of them alone. As Nick comes back, guess what? They were talking like there was no tomorrow. Gatsby and Daisy didn't even notice that Nick came in. When Nick finally got their attention,
It stopped raining.
Yes. Has.
Gatsby invited them to his house. Daisy was truly impressed of Gatsby's mansion. When they made it to Gatsby's room, Daisy saw all these expensive items and clothing. Then she started crying? Gatsby made it rain, but this time he was happy. Anyways, Gatsby had an amazing view of the ocean, and the lighthouse was usually turned green. Although, he notices that the lighthouse wasn't lit up. Weird, right? Was it because Daisy was there, or the crew members were just trying to change the light bulb? Wait, foreshadowing? I think so.
Chapter 7. This chapter is where it all goes down. So we find out that Daisy she is visiting Gatsby at the afternoon. Wait, what do they do? I don't think it's school appropriate. Oh man. Anyways, Nick and Gatsby are invited by Tom to have dinner. That is where Tom smells something fishy, and I don't think it was their food. Suddenly, Daisy mentioned how she is bored and how everyone should go to a city and do something fun. Daisy and Gatsby go to Tom's car, which is blue, while Tom and Nick and Jordan go to Gatsby's car, which is yellow. Tom is quite upset. He found out that Daisy and Gatsby are having an affair, and he found out that Nick and Jordan know about it. They all stop at the station in Valley of Ashes. Wilson also found out that his wife, Myrtle, is having an affair. Wait! Doesn't know that it was Tom. A big Virgo fight started happening, and they stopped at the Plaza Hotel to talk it off. But eventually, it got worse because of Tom and Gatsby. The two started to accuse each other until finally it comes to who loves who. Daisy got into this fight saying that she doesn't know who to love anymore. She does say that she can't love Tom anymore. Daisy and Gatsby run away to the Gatsby's yellow car, while the others, Tom, Nick, and Jordan, follow them later on riding Tom's blue car. They stop again to the Valley of Ashes, finding out that Myrtle got hit. They talk to Wilson, and yes, they found out the car that hit her was yellow. Of course, Nick knows who it was. So they go to the Buchanan's house, and Nick spots Gatsby waiting there. He is there to protect Daisy from the gentleman he is. He was willing to take all the blame. Sweet, right? Well, well, well. Gatsby is depressed. Why? Well, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. It was because Daisy didn't call him. Nick being a great friend. Aw, thanks. Get out. Back to where I was. Nick, being the great friend he was, worried of Gatsby. He suggested that Gatsby should run away so he can get his mind off things. Gatsby didn't want to and told Nick that he can leave Daisy again. As Nick was about to go to work, he told Gatsby, "They're a rotting crowd. You're worth the whole damn bunch together." What? Hold up. Nick doesn't judge. Does that mean Gatsby changed Nick? Well, yeah, obviously. Going back to Gatsby. His brother mentioned that he was going to drain the pool because it hasn't been used since summer. Gatsby told him not to because he wants to have his last dip on the pool. So that's what he did. Well, back to the death of Myrtle, of course. Wilson did not take it very well. Wilson wanted to get revenge. He finally found out that it was Gatsby that hit Myrtle. As Nick goes back from work, he goes to Gatsby's house to see if he was okay. The butler didn't exactly give him an answer. Instead, he took him to the pool. Nick and the butler were surprised as they saw Wilson's dead body and a red circle in the pool.
So, turns out that Gatsby and Wilson died. Wilson committed suicide after he killed Gatsby. Once Nick arrived to Gatsby's house, he called the police and everything. As the police were investigating the crime scene, Nick also called Gatsby's friends. The first person he called was Daisy. She didn't answer, but later on, he found out that Tom and Daisy moved out without telling Nick their new address. He was disappointed that no one wanted to come to his funeral. No one was able to make it, even his trusty partner, Mayor Wolfsheim. Nick felt alone and felt sympathy for Gatsby. As Nick was sitting in front of Gatsby's body, he imagined him saying, "Look here, old sport. You've got to get somebody for me. I can't do this alone." Low-key, that made me cry. Well, in the end, Nick finally notices that the Buchanans are fakes, the ones who don't keep it 100. Instead, they make a huge mess and rely on others to fix them.
Now, wasn't that an amazing story? That's all, folks.
Nothing?
I have a book in my hand.
Yeah.
You have to.
Alright. What did I do? Alright, Patrick, okay, so right now, see, like, literally, when I say record, I'm gonna record. Start. 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 Okay, ready? Start. Alright. Right here, Stu.
Oh wait, just leave it. Just leave it. Okay.
Start the whole thing over. I know I am. This is for bloopers. Alright, ready?
Thank you. You can take. Now that's out of the way. Shall we begin?